afternoon, everybody. As very well introduced, my name is Leary, the CEO of the Fresh Group. So you may be asking, who is the Fresh Group? Well, let me show you. We are a group of businesses specialising in the UK, and as you can see up there, we have an organisation called Fresh Start. That is our operation based here in Dubai. So we have an office in Dubai, and we work with our clients both here in the UAE and across Egypt, Turkey and various other countries. We also operate in Pakistan and India, and until obviously the COVID struck, we were also operating through China, and I'm very pleased to be able to say we're heading back into China next year. Fresh Global Alliance is our UK operation. We've been in the UK delivering investment and migration services for the last 13 years, and Fresh Talent International is our international recruitment company within the group who will take investors and people looking for employment into the UK. We will take you into the UK and find you positions. That is very unique in our business in that we have a recruitment service. Okay. Technology is failing me. Okay, what I'd like to do very quickly, because I've only got a few minutes, is talk to you about the group of services we have through the skilled worker visa. The skilled worker visa has been in the UK for a couple of years now. Some of you will know we have things like the innovator visa, the startup visa. I can tell you now they are coming to an end with the Home Office, so it's that difficult to work in those. We've decided not to continue presenting those. So our area of expertise is initially in the skilled worker visa. Okay, it's split into three areas: employment, business and investment. So I'll quickly run through each of those areas of requirement. So the employment visa is simply as it says. It offers foreign nationals who wish to come and live in the UK the opportunity for employment with selected UK businesses. And the reason I say selected is simply because these businesses have to have a sponsor's license. It's very simple, but they have to apply for the UK Home Office for the sponsor's license, and my company helps them to arrange that. There are lots of opportunities in the UK. The UK government recently announced there are 1.3 million vacancies in the UK. Now, I find that quite incredible because the size of our country, and there are actually 1.3 million vacancies. That, by the way, is not just recently. That figure has been there or thereabout for the last 6 months. It's hardly moved. So there are great opportunities. And some of the opportunities that we work within are things like technology, accountancy, engineering, construction, cybersecurity. We are getting a lot of people in technology-based skills, a lot of people in cybersecurity-based skills. There's huge demand for those sort of people in the UK. So anybody looking to take their technology-based skills to go to the UK for employment is a massive, massive opportunity for you. The average salary available on the skilled worker is somewhere between 35 and 80,000, and I stress the point that's average because there are salaries higher than that, for example. Our company, Fresh Talent International, which is the recruitment company I mentioned earlier on, it is their job, once an applicant has come to us through our Fresh Start business, it is their job as recruitment specialists to take that individual and take them out to the UK market and find them employment. As our part of our services, we would guarantee that any funds paid to us by the applicant, if we do not find them a job within 6 months of that application being accepted, we will actually give them their fees back. Obviously, we've never paid any back, not because I don't want to, because we've never had to. Simple as that. The second part of the skilled worker is for business. Now, some of you may know or remember the old sole representative visa we had in the UK. That was discontinued back in April. So what we have now, we use the skilled worker for business visa, and what that allows is anybody that wants to start a business in the UK, bring their family and start a business. It could very well be a replica of their existing business here in Dubai or anywhere else, and we can take that to the UK, and effectively what it means is the business employs the business owner as the skilled worker. So in other words, you're not working for somebody else, you're working for yourself. As it says up there, there is no requirement for investment. Having said that, really, if you're going to start a business up in another country, being realistic about it, there should be a level of investment. We recommend between 25 and 50,000 pounds, but what you want to put in is entirely up to you. But that's a realistic area of investment. Equally, with a skilled worker for business, you can actually employ other skilled workers. So if you want to bring nationals from your own country who have certain skill sets, the business can then actually employ these foreign nationals into the UK. So you are the first skilled worker, that's the way you go, and then you can bring others as well. So this is a great opportunity for somebody who wants to come to the UK, doesn't want to work for somebody else, doesn't necessarily want to invest in another business, but actually wants to start their own and be supported through the skilled worker visa. End of 5 years, you get your permanent residency, and as does your family, so it covers for an individual and their family. The final part of the skilled worker is skilled worker for investment. Now, where this works is that we have a lot of UK companies looking to raise investment, because in the UK we're having some major difficulties with UK firms raising local investment from either the banks or individual investors. Because of what's the current economic situation, it is very difficult. So this is a great option for UK companies to work with foreign skilled workers. So exactly like I explained to you about the skilled worker for a job, all that counts. The only difference here is that the individual can invest in the company they are employed by. So this is an ideal situation, for example, if you are a kind of manager, or you run your own business in your own country, or you're very senior in what you do. So you can come to the UK, get employment, get a salary, get your permanent residency after 5 years. But also you can make that investment. And the minimum level of investment is about 150,000, but you can invest as much as you want over that. But what that gives you is an ownership of that business. So it gives you equity, i.e. shares. You can also negotiate a directorship if you wish. And at the end of the 5 years of the skilled worker visa, you have two options. Either you leave your money in there because it's been a good investment, so it's increased, or you can negotiate with the company to actually withdraw that investment. They take the shares back, give you your money back. You can carry on with the employment if you wish to, but that's all a negotiation at the end of the term. As part of this investment, you would also receive dividends from the company when it makes a profit. So every year it's profitable, they will issue dividends, and as a shareholder, you will get your share of that. So it's a very good system if you're looking for permanent employment, but you also would like some sort of investment. Now, I mentioned the innovator visa in the UK was coming to an end, but we have an island in the Isle of Man, which is kind of just north of Liverpool, about 40 minutes on a plane. It's called the Isle of Man, for those that don't know. The Isle of Man, whilst being part of the UK and governed by UK law, also has its own investment laws and its own immigration laws. So what it means is this innovator visa is actually going to continue for at least another 12 months and perhaps longer. So it's very, very similar to the innovator visa in the UK. But it has major, major benefits. And as you can see up there, one of those is you will not pay any health surcharges when you arrive in the UK. Currently, a family of 4 over a 3-year period will pay about £7,000 to the UK government. Set foot in the Isle of Man, day one, you're fully covered for your health care and health support. Secondly, you also get free education for your children. You get that in the UK, but you also get that in the Isle of Man. From a personal point of view, the taxation is very low, 10%, as it says there. It starts at 10%. And those of you who would be looking to run a business in the Isle of Man, it's 0% company tax. So, for example, my company that operates in the UK, it breaks my heart every year when the government says I have to pay capital tax. I can tell you, I won't go there, but it does. But in the Isle of Man, you will pay 0. It's a 70-minute flight commute to London. And the people in the Isle of Man tell me every Monday morning there's at least 3 flights leaving the Isle of Man, sort of 7, 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning, and they're packed. And this is because they commute to London to operate in London, so they're literally 70 minutes away. I live near Liverpool, for example. If I got on a train to go to London, it's 2 hours. So they can actually get there quicker than I can. Okay. So the only difference is, and the big plus here is, in the Isle of Man, you only create 3 jobs. In the UK, you have to create 10 under the innovator visa. Massive difference. 1 in the first year, 2 by the end of the third year. So that anybody considering the innovator in the Isle of Man, the big pluses here is free healthcare, free education, 0 company tax, very low personal tax. Now, those of you that live here and elsewhere, I would imagine most of you that have families are paying for children's education. Most of you are paying for medical insurance. Just imagine you didn't have to pay for either of those. How much is that going to save you? Incredible thought. The final part of my presentation is something called a litigation fund. Now, I have to tell you, this does not come with a visa, but it's more an investment opportunity. The litigation fund that we put together with our legal partners means that an individual can invest into litigation cases, which is all around what we call consumer law. In the UK, we have a lot of problems where banks, credit card companies, those sort of people have, it's probably not too strong a word to say they've been ripped off in a lot of cases. So now the law says these individuals can take these banks and credit card people to court and win their case and get their money back plus some bonuses out of it. The problem is these individuals don't necessarily have the funds to take them to court in the first place. There's a cost to do this. So the litigation fund was born, and what that means, an investor puts their money into a pot, 100, 200,000 pounds, whatever it might be, and that pot is then split between a number of cases. Each case requires less than £5,000 to take it to court. So you can imagine a £200,000 pot covers a whole lot of cases. The lawyers have currently a 96% success rate, and that is because there was a Supreme Court rule in the UK that says anybody that has this problem, they will win their case. It's a bit more detailed than that, but for this, that's how it works. So they have a 96% success rate. And on average, each case brings back between £3,500 to £5,000 worth of bonus. 96% is brilliant, but there's still a 4% loss. So what we do, we take out an insurance policy, or the claimant takes the insurance policy out, that says if that case is lost, the insurance pays the investor back his capital. So what we can say here is that if you invest into this scheme, you are guaranteed 100% protection to your investment capital. You will never lose that. And because these are low-cost claims, these claims are turned over very quickly by the lawyers, roughly in 4 to 5 months. So if somebody put £200,000 into a pot, that investment is turned over in less than 6 months. So that money comes back into the pot and we reinvest it again for the following 6 months, because this is a 12-month contract. And I have to tell you, and I know your eyes will light up with this, on average, the cases are returning 19.9% investment return. So they're getting their capital back and they're getting 19.9% on average. Now, I challenge anybody to tell me if they invested their money anywhere on anything where they can get that kind of return in 5 or 6 months. So, of course, that's not just one hit. At the end of 6 months, we take your investment and your bonuses, and we reinvest them again for the second part of the 12-month contract, and you will get another 19.9%. Now, sounds great, maybe sounds too good to be true to some of you, Well, we have evidence, we can prove it, we have cases which I've just gone through. We just put 2 cases from a couple of Egyptian investors through last week. So this works, and we have the evidence to prove that. But just in case you didn't believe me, this scheme is actually managed by the Solicitors Regulatory Authority, which simply means that the lawyers handling these cases, if they step out of line or do something they shouldn't do, they can be banned in the UK. That's a lifetime ban. And, you know, that is a major, major serious issue. So that's the litigation fund. Clearly there's a lot more details, but I'm limited to time. Come have a chat to us when we're finished. So just to recap, we are a company, our head office is based near Liverpool. We have an office here in Dubai. We've been involved in investments and migration to the UK for over 30 years. And by the way, we do not get involved in other countries. There's a lot of people here that deal with various countries. We only deal with the UK. So we can actually say we are the experts at this because we don't do anything else. And we've been doing this a long time. And the people I have working for me on the stand out there really know this stuff. So we're not kind of diverted to trying to deal with other countries. We are solely 100% the UK experts on this. So that's us, that's what we do. If you have any questions now, if not, our stand is in that corner over there. Come and have a chat to us, and thank you very much for your time.